Much to my wife's dismay, I bought another large junk wax sports card collection off Facebook Marketplace. In this video, I'll tell you what I bought, what I sold, what I kept, and break down the financials at the end of the video. It's getting harder and harder to find any deals on sports cards anywhere these days, and Facebook Marketplace is where the worst of the worst exist. Maybe about 1 in every 100 listings is something that could be worthwhile. There are just too many people listing 1988 Donruss for obscene prices, thousands of mostly worthless cards for thousands of dollars, and literal crates of junk wax for outrageous prices. I generally don't waste my time contacting these people that seem so disconnected from reality. But this collection seemed different, or at least that's what I told myself. Sure, there were several photos of junk wax cards tossed into boxes, and yuck, even some pro set football and hockey cards. But what caught my attention was the generic title, Sports Cards, 80s, 90s. The low price, only $20. And most importantly, what appeared to be some Topps traded sets and unopened wax packs, which by themselves I knew would be worth the $20 that the seller wanted. So, like a moth to a flame, I contacted the seller. Not wanting to miss out on the best deal around, I confirmed that she was asking $20 for everything and made quick plans to pick up the cards that evening. Interestingly, the seller also said she had more stuff available, unopened stuff too, which I was eager to see. The seller lived about 30 minutes from me, and when I got there later that night, I bought the original lot of cards and everything else she was interested in selling for a grand total of $50. I loaded the cards up into the trunk of my car and set about my merry way. The twist in the plot came on the drive home, when while driving down the freeway at 75, I received an unexpected warning about severely low tire pressure. I pulled off the highway into the parking lot of the hospital where my daughter was born coincidentally, and found the culprit, a large bolt sticking out of the rear passenger tire. Several hours later, and my car was headed to the tire shop where it would remain with my haul of cards for the next day and a half. After finally bringing my hoard of cards home, assuring my wife that they would only be temporarily housed in the dining room, it was time to take full inventory of my purchase. Let's see here. 1 tote full of boxes and some rack and cello packs. We'll dive into this in a minute. 1 cardboard box of late 80s and early 90s baseball cards. 3 boxes labeled 1990-1991 Pro Set Football with 90 and 91 Pro Set Football cards. I sorted through these, and while there were no notable rookies or higher profile error cards, there were some bigger stars. 1 cardboard box labeled Assorted 90s Baseball and Football, which was exactly what I found inside. A box labeled 1990 Donruss Complete Set, which was also true. A box labeled Assorted 1989 Donruss Baseball. Yep, looks like 89 Donruss to me. A large 4-row box with 1989 to 92 NBA hoops, Fleer, and Upper Deck basketball cards, with some stars present, but stripped of most rookies and all Michael Jordan cards. Another large 4-row box filled with 1987 to 91 and some newer minor league team sets, most notably Mark Grace with the 1988 Iowa Cubs. 2 boxes labeled 1993 Topps with a nearly complete set of 93 Topps Series 1 cards in numerical order, which, much to my delight, included a copy of the Derek Jeter rookie card. Diving back into the tote, I unearthed 5 complete 1987 Topps traded sets and a 1988 traded set. 10 cello packs of 1989 Topps baseball, along with 13 rack packs of the same, including many with Greg Jeffries and Gary Sheffield rookies on the fronts and backs of the packs, for some extra 1980s nostalgia. 1988, 89, and 90 Donruss rack packs, with no notable stars showing, and a smattering of 1988 Fleer wax packs, some random cello packs, a 1988 Score Reds team set, a 1988 Umpires Sealed Team Set, and a 1990 Topps Jumbo Pack. Wait a second. Is that who I think it is? It's the Ken Griffey Jr. Rookie Cup card on the front of the pack. Hot dog! I'm keeping this one for sure. And an old Sports Illustrated for Kids card in PSA 1 condition with a corner missing. Nearing the bottom of the tote with pet fur and other detritus, 2 boxes of 1990 Fleer baseball and a box of more 1989 Topps baseball cards. Inside these boxes, 36 wax packs, as fresh as the day they were born in the junk wax delivery room. And finally, a box of 1990 NHL Pro Set, which contained a big mess of hockey cards. Turning my attention back to the boxes of assorted baseball cards, I sorted all the loose cards into stacks by year and brand, pulling out the Hall of Famers and stars. There were huge stacks of 1988 Topps, 89 and 90 Score, 88 Fleer, and 89 Donruss. And while many stars were present, each of these sets were many cards short of a complete set, and most, but not all, of the Ken Griffey Jr. and Bo Jackson cards were noticeably absent. A few of the more interesting basketball and football cards that I pulled from their respective cardboard homes included a 91 NBA Hoops USA basketball gold card, worth something in the neighborhood of $5 in raw condition, a couple of Bulls cards with Michael Jordan on them, and a lonely Bo Jackson football card. Outside of the 1990 Donruss complete set, there were exactly 2 Ken Griffey Jr. cards among the loose baseball cards, both from 1992 Donruss, and there were a few Nolan Ryan cards. Most intriguing was a 2022 rookie card of Jade Cargill, women's wrestling phenom, who was curiously born at the peak of the junk wax era. I'm going to slip this card into whatever cards I pass along for someone else to discover. Of all the incomplete sets found in this smorgasbord of junk wax debauchery, 1989 Donruss was the set that was most complete, missing 135 cards, but with many, many duplicates. Something inside me felt the urge to try and finish this set, despite its low value. More on that to come later. In order to return our dining room back to some state of order, it was time to start selling off the cards I didn't intend to keep. First to go was the Pro Set football. I'm not one to rip off other collectors, so I let this go for $5. I sold the large box of basketball cards, minus the few I kept, for $10. The Pro Set hockey cards, which included a surprising number of rookie cards, sold for another $5. I kept one and sold the other box of 1990 Fleer for $20. And since I already had a factory-sealed 1990 Donruss complete set, I sold this one for $10. I kept one 1987 and the 1988 Topps traded sets, selling off the others for $5 apiece. And I sold the bulk common baseball cards, over 3,000 of them, for $3,000. Only kidding, I asked for $10 and sold them the very same day. Back to my 1989 Donruss project, I found many of the missing stars in my card binders and connected with 2 other collectors on a Facebook group who were willing to trade commons for commons. I'm now down to missing just 68 of the cards from the set. The 65 minor league team sets are of no particular interest to me, but I'm sure someone out there would like these. Since I don't have the patience to sell them individually, I have them listed as a lot on eBay. Turning now to the final financials on how this deal all panned out, I spent a total of $50 on the cards and $4 purchasing a 89 Donruss Ken Griffey Jr. for my set project. The direct sales, including the bulk football, hockey, basketball, and baseball cards, the 1990 Donruss set, the 1990 Fleer wax box, the Topps traded sets, and a potential future sale of all the minor league team sets will bring my estimated total sales to, I'm estimating, around $145. And my total net proceeds, which include the sales profit as well as the value of any cards and sealed packs that I kept, are estimated right at around $250. So who says you can't find an occasional sports car deal on Facebook Marketplace if you're willing to put in the time and the effort? So I hope you enjoyed this collection flip video, and thank you so much for watching.